Well, crap. Didn't expect this.
Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 controversial award winners.
Louis C.K. won a Grammy for his 2020 comedy special in which he joked about the sexual misconduct revelations against him.
For this list, we're looking at recipients of various prestigious awards whose wins garnered high amounts of controversy, either at the time or later on. The controversy itself can be from a political or merely artistic standpoint. We're not necessarily arguing for or against these controversies so much as recognizing their existence. Any other faulty winners you can think of? Let us know in the comments. Number 20. Game of Thrones wins Outstanding Drama Series, the 71st Primetime Emmy Awards. Well, at least we're not starting with a touchy subject or something. Sarcasm aside, to say that the 8th season of Game of Thrones was contentious would be an understatement.
You freed your brother. You committed treason.
I freed my brother. And you slaughtered a city.
Backlash was abound from the core fanbase, with complaints targeting rushed storylines, poor lighting, and, most of all, an unsatisfying conclusion.
Maybe we should give the dogs a vote as well.
I'll ask my horse.
While the show was consistently nominated each season for drama series and won its previous 3 outings, many labeled this award a legacy win not based on quality. Voters looking for quality definitely could have found it in other nominees like Better Call Saul, Killing Eve, or Ozark, to name a few. With the franchise's image still tainted years later, this decision stands out. Number 19. Layla wins Best Rock Song, the 35th Annual Grammy Awards. By all accounts, Layla is a classic rock song from the legendary Eric Clapton. But you might be wondering why a song from 1971 won a Grammy in 1993. Well, that's because Clapton included a version of the song on an acoustic album in 1992, which was recorded on MTV Unplugged. Again, we're not going to criticize Clapton's performance, but it might shock you to learn just what the acoustic version of Layla beat out for Best Rock Song. And no offense to the other nominees, but history will always look back at this as the time the Grammys passed up Nirvana's Smells Like Teen Spirit. The song is the band's seminal track, not to mention one of the greatest of all time. Number 18. Bohemian Rhapsody wins Best Film Editing, the 91st Academy Awards. Bohemian Rhapsody clearly has its fans, as evidenced by its near $1 billion box office draw. But just as many found themselves scratching their heads as it rolled through award season.
Well, that's the kind of song teenagers can crank up the volume in their car and bang their heads to. Bohemian Rhapsody will never be that song.
While we could focus on some other hardware it won, the win that's most baffling is arguably the Oscar for Best Film Editing. While editing is certainly a more niche category, many film fans criticized the decision, claiming the editing isn't even very good to begin with. Even the recipient, John Ottman, who's better known as a composer than an editor, recognized the blunder, claiming contrasting reshoots from different directors and studio interference prevented the possibility of a clean cut.
Here's how I cut it originally, and then here's what happens when too many cooks get in the kitchen and are paranoid about pace.
Number 17. Jeff Daniels wins Outstanding Lead Actor in a Drama Series, the 65th Primetime Emmy Awards. Don't get us wrong, we adore Jeff Daniels, but many found his Emmy win for The Newsroom to be somewhat reaching. For one thing, the show never took off like it probably should have, so Daniels' series premiere win could be indicative of the Emmys predicting lasting presence.
I'd have you winning it!
And what does winning look like to you?
More importantly, however, were the names he beat out for the award. Hugh Bonneville, for starters, changed his career forever with the advent of Downton Abbey. Meanwhile, this was Jon Hamm's 6th straight time not winning for Mad Men. And while he'd won 3 times before, we're sure a lot of fans agreed with Bryan Cranston of Breaking Bad's inner monologue at the ceremony when he dared them to
say my name.
Number 16. Kevin Costner wins Best Director, the 63rd Academy Awards. An actor directing themselves to a Best Director Oscar is nothing new. Heck, the 90s saw it happen 2 other times, but Kevin Costner winning for Dances with Wolves is one the Academy would probably like back. on the whole, the Best Picture winner has been labeled as being not good enough to win numerous awards, but the director honor is particularly egregious considering who didn't win. Namely, Martin Scorsese for Goodfellas.
I almost had him!
Plenty of people then and still do consider Goodfellas his magnum opus, so to pass up a legend such as Scorsese's best effort feels like an oversight. So much so that many attribute his eventual win for The Departed to be a makeup award.
I'm really sorry for your trouble. I swear to God I am. I'll get you out of this. I cannot do it overnight, but I will get you out.
Number 15. Shape of You wins Best Pop Solo Performance, the 60th Annual Grammy Awards.
And the Grammy goes to Shape of You, Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran often seems to be America's sweetheart, but he was public enemy number 1 after winning the 2018 Grammy for Best Pop Solo Performance. Sheeran was nominated alongside Kelly Clarkson, Kesha, Lady Gaga, and Pink, and many people felt that his win was undeserved, particularly in the midst of the Me Too campaign. Although song content shouldn't be a factor in a performance category, it inevitably was for some in this instance. Sheeran's song about the curves of a woman's body simply didn't compare to Gaga's Million Reasons or Kesha's Praying, which was inspired by her own troubles. The announcement was booed, as many saw the win as unwarranted and downright insulting.
Ed Sheeran could not be here tonight, so we accept this on his behalf.
Number 14. How Green Was My Valley wins Best Picture, the 14th Academy Awards. Today, Citizen Kane is considered by many to be the Citizen Kane of movies, obviously considering the namesake system of comparison. So the fact that it didn't win cinema's highest honor feels downright erroneous.
That's a mistake that will be corrected one of these days.
Now, this obviously puts a somewhat unfair onus on the actual Best Picture winner, How Green Was My Valley, which cannot help but pale in comparison.
I have come up here to tell you what I think of you all, because you're talking against my husband. You're a lot of cowards to go against him. He will do nothing against you, and he never has, and you know it well.
By all accounts, the John Ford drama is superb, but the fact that it hasn't stood the test of time among mainstream moviegoers is indicative of it being relatively undeserving of the top prize. At the end of the day, history will always look back on this decision as the time the Academy passed up the best of the best. Number 13. Steely Dan wins Album of the Year, the 43rd Annual Grammy Awards.
And the Grammy goes to Against Nature, Steely Dan.
While the Grammy Awards are typically seen as a popularity contest rather than a prestigious ceremony, the fact that Steely Dan won Album of the Year in 2001 is mystifying to many. 2000 was a fantastic year for music. Eminem was stirring up controversy and topping charts with the Marshall Mathers LP, and Radiohead was basically redefining music with their stellar album Kid A. Either of those two modern masterpieces were shoo-ins for Album of the Year, which is why so many people were left outraged when Steely Dan took the award for Against Nature. It left a lot of music fans upset, and all but ruined the reputation of the Grammys.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Number 12. Modern Family wins Outstanding Comedy Series, the 66th Primetime Emmy Awards. In actuality, Modern Family won this award 5 times in consecutive years for the first 5 seasons. While such a fantastic show certainly had to deserve to win at least one of those years, its last actual accolade in the category most rubbed people the wrong way.
Sometimes I don't know if I love how much I fear Claire or fear how much I love her.
On an insular basis, Season 5 is about where many fans mark its inevitable decline in quality, beginning to feel repetitive. Meanwhile, a couple of hugely deserving nominees debuted that year, like Silicon Valley and Orange is the New Black, even if the latter probably should have always been deemed a drama. And while Veep also lost out, it would thankfully replace Modern Family as the Emmys' go-to winner the next 3 years.
Cedar Rapids, here we come.
Oh, Jesus Christ, I hate politics.
Number 11. Marissa Tomei wins Best Supporting Actress, the 65th Academy Awards.
You going hunting?
A lot of people love Marissa Tomei, but even some fans think that her Oscar win for My Cousin Vinny was perhaps undeserved. At the 65th Academy Awards, Tomei was up against many notable actresses, including Judy Davis, Vanessa Redgrave, and Miranda Richardson. Many people believe that Tomei had no chance. After all, she was up against acting titans, and besides, My Cousin Vinny was a comedy, a genre largely ignored by the Academy.
My biological biological clock is ticking like this, and the way this case is going, I ain't never getting married.
People were left so shocked at Tomei's win that a conspiracy theory was started, claiming that the only reason she won was because the presenter read the wrong name. That conspiracy theory haunted Tomei for decades.
Nobody could answer that question.
Number 10. Louis C.K. wins Best Comedy Album, the 64th Annual Grammy Awards. Louis C.K. has always been something of a shock comic, so the fact that he's divisive is nothing new. However, 2017 saw numerous sexual misconduct allegations towards C.K. come to light, to which he admitted fault. This obviously adds a different kind of distasteful connotation to his material, with many unready to accept CK back into the public sphere. Regardless, the Grammys saw fit to award CK for his comedy album Sincerely Louis CK, in which he addresses his past transgressions.
In the special, CK addresses the allegations, including the experience of going out in public after they came to light.
We'll likely keep having to debate as to whether one can separate art from artist for years to come, but the fact that many cried foul over this victory proves that many cannot do that with CK yet. Number 9. Macklemore wins Best Rap Album, the 56th Annual Grammy Awards. If Steely Dan's win was the straw that broke the Grammys' back, this upset buried its reputation in the ground. The 56th Grammys Best Rap Album category was absolutely stacked. It featured some great albums like Drake's Nothing Was the Same and Kanye West's Yeezus, but the fan favorite was undeniably Kendrick Lamar's modern masterpiece Good Kid, Mad City. However, the award bafflingly went to radio favorites Macklemore and Ryan Lewis instead. Even Macklemore knew that the award was undeserved, as he texted Kendrick saying, quote, "You got robbed. I wanted you to win. You should have. It's weird and it sucks that I robbed you." Number 8. Shakespeare in Love wins Best Picture, the 71st Academy Awards.
O Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo?
Yeah, the Academy gets it wrong sometimes. While Shakespeare in Love is undeniably a great film, many people felt that Saving Private Ryan was sure to take home the Best Picture trophy. This seemed even more plausible when Steven Spielberg won the award for Best Director, which is usually indicative of an impending Best Picture win. So some were upset, although not surprised, when the Oscar-baity Shakespeare in Love won instead. Many felt that the heavy campaigning by Miramax's Harvey Weinstein resulted in its perhaps undeserved win. It's now seen as one of the biggest Best Picture upsets in Academy history.
I loved the writer and gave up the prize for a sonnet.
Number 7. Jethro Tull wins Best Hard Rock Metal Performance, Vocal or Instrumental, the 31st Annual Grammy Awards. This one was so controversial that the Grammys technically only awarded this trophy once. Indeed, when the aforementioned category was created in 1989, many figured it was a way to recognize Metallica's growing popularity. At the very least, other notable artists like AC/DC or Iggy Pop could have won. But instead, Jethro Tull, a band many don't even consider to be in the same genre, took home the award. That is, they would have had they shown up that night, having been previously told they wouldn't win. The award was met with heavy backlash, pun intended, with many attributing it to the Grammys' disconnect with the music public. The category was promptly split afterwards, henceforth recognizing both hard rock and metal separately. Number 6. Crash wins Best Picture, the 78th Academy Awards.
Ma'am, are you hurt?
While the Shakespeare in Love Saving Private Ryan debacle is infamous, it has nothing on the Crash Brokeback Mountain upset of 2006. Many people thought that Brokeback Mountain was the movie to beat, as it had swept the preceding award season. Even presenter Jack Nicholson was visibly stunned when Crash was announced as the Best Picture winner.
So, give me my money. What? What money?
It was immediately called the biggest upset in Oscar history, and some people blamed the conservative members of the Academy for choosing the comparatively safer option. A 2015 poll of a portion of voters later crowned Brokeback Mountain the winner. The movie's writer and director Paul Haggis has openly admitted his belief that Crash was undeserving of the win.
You embarrass me. You embarrass yourself.
Number 5. Will Smith wins Best Actor, the 94th Academy Awards. The controversy around this one has nothing to do with performance quality, as Will Smith was already the odds-on favorite to win for his impressive performance in King Richard.
And I just never wanted you to look up I see your daddy running away.
However, it was Smith's behavior at the ceremony prior to his victory announcement that sullied the proceedings. After presenter Chris Rock made a joke about Smith's wife Jada, Smith took to the stage and slapped the comedian on live television before angrily cursing him out. Obviously, the Best Actor ballot was already set in stone, but many criticized the decision to let him stay and accept the award.
My actions were shocking, painful, and inexcusable. I betrayed the trust of the Academy. I deprived other nominees and winners of their opportunity to celebrate and be celebrated for their extraordinary work.
As of this publication, the fallout is still developing, but Smith's subsequent resignation from the Academy speaks volumes as to how damaging his actions were. Number 4. Adele wins Album of the Year, the 59th Annual Grammy Awards.
25. Adele.
Adele is practically untouchable, but a lot of people were left upset when she won over Beyoncé at the 2017 Grammy Awards. The Album of the Year category contained Sturgill Simpson, Drake, Justin Bieber, Adele, and fan favorite Beyoncé, whose Lemonade was one of 2017's biggest pop culture releases. It was Metacritic's second highest ranking album of the year, and it won a prestigious Peabody Award in the entertainment category. Number 3. Casey Affleck wins Best Actor, the 89th Academy Awards.
Hey, Lee. Is he dead?
In a wide break from tradition, this Best Actor win isn't controversial because people think it should have gone to someone else, but because of Affleck's past and personal life. Casey Affleck won the prestigious Oscar in 2017 for his stellar performance in Manchester by the Sea, but many people felt it was undeserved due to allegations by co-workers of sexual, physical, and verbal misconduct in 2010. Presenter Brie Larson even refused to clap when Affleck won the award, stating that her intentions were obvious. The topic grew even more controversial following the Me Too campaign, and Affleck pulled out of presenting the Best Actress award at the 2018 Oscars due to the fervent backlash.
I don't understand.
Number 2. Milli Vanilli wins Best New Artist, the 32nd Annual Grammy Awards. Regardless of the controversies, the recipients in every other entry can at least say they actually contributed to the material that got them nominated in the first place. Milli Vanilli, however, cannot.
There are a lot of artists here in this room. There are a lot of artists outside in the world who can achieve the same award that we achieved today. And it's an award for all artists in the world. Thank you very much.
Indeed, in what is hands down the greatest controversy in Grammy's history, the German-French R&B duo was awarded Best New Artist at the 1990 ceremony. About 7 months later, however, it came to light that neither performer had actually sung on their North American debut album, Girl You Know It's True.
Girl, you know it's true.
Not only did this spark the artist's downfall, but their award was promptly rescinded, marking the first time the Grammys have ever done so. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Roman Polanski wins Best Director, the 75th Academy Awards.
No one plays Chopin like you.
I hope that's a compliment.
Polanski won the award for Best Director in 2003 for his work on the admittedly fantastic The Pianist. However, Polanski couldn't come to the US to accept the award due to long-standing charges of sexual misconduct with an underage teenager. In the late 70s, Polanski was facing up to 50 years in prison, so he fled to France and was protected from extradition. However, many figures in Hollywood defended Polanski, and he received a standing ovation after winning the Academy Award. Many people saw the win and enthusiastic reaction as one of the most disgusting moments in Hollywood history, and it has been a major target of the Me Too campaign.
Must feel better on this side of the wall, huh?
Yes.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.